Gay Fanatic.
Hey, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan the Game, and also the rebel of the YouTube Underground. And I am back. It took so much for me to just remember that because I barely upload anymore, man. This is crazy. But today I decided to come back again. And I don't know how many times I come back, but sometimes I just want to make a video, man, and I just got to say something. Now, I didn't want to talk about this because I tried to just see stuff on Twitter, the people who were talking about it, because this has been going on for a whole entire month. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at the title. I am talking about the whole Epic versus Steam fiasco that's been going on for the whole month. So if you don't understand or you've been out of the loop, Epic Games, Game Store, they have been getting exclusive deals on a lot of video games that people have been anticipating. The funny part is a lot of these games were set to drop for Steam. You could go back and look at old posts or old trailers of those games, and they would say Steam on them. But then once they came out or they were close to release, they would just switch over to Epic and not come out on Steam. Metro being one. Um, World War Z was a recent one that just dropped. That one was going to be set for Steam. I think there was another game that I could probably. Oh, not Borderlands. Borderlands, they pretty much covered Borderlands up. People were speculating that it was going to be an Epic exclusive, and they were like, "Well, I hope it's not." And then the gentleman who develops Borderlands got on Twitter and said, "Well, I don't understand what would be the problem." Pretty much kind of foreshadowing that they were going to be on Epic. I kind of knew it from the jump after that. But yeah, those few games. It may have been another game. I can't remember what it is. It's probably not too important to me right now. But they've all done exclusive deals with Epic Store. Now, Take Two Interactive, I think, signed a deal with them because they are extremely money hungry. So I'm not surprised they did. But it seems that a lot of the 2K games from Take Two they're going to be Epic exclusives from now on. So Epic is now holding these games hostage for about a year or 6 months. The same stuff that console gamers did in the past. Not console gamers, consoles did in the past. So like Xbox would have exclusivity deals like get it early on Xbox or get it early on the Sony PlayStation where you have to wait a whole year or wait 6 months before you can get on those consoles, which was garbage. And they're pulling the same nonsense on the PC, which us PC gamers are not with that. That kind of bad consumer, negative consumer stuff, anti-consumer policies, that stuff can stay on the consoles. But us PC gamers, we do not accept stuff like that. Now the problem is these so-called, the quote fingers, PC gamers are upset with a lot of people who want, they don't want to support the Epic Store. Now, me, I have different reasons for why I don't want to support it. I'm not really complaining about the whole them not having a search thing or a market, not market, or a cart and all that stuff, which that is crazy. If you're going to make a game store, you should have all that stuff out the bat. Origin had it out the bat. Even Origin had something that Steam didn't have at the time, which was refunding, and I was blown away when Origin had that. I didn't like it as a launcher, but when I saw I could refund the game, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Uplay had it, and GOG even had it. So a lot of these other launchers had it straight off the bat, but for some reason Epic does not have that stuff. So the way they're getting people in there is they're like, oh well, we're going to get these exclusive deals on these anticipated games that you guys wanted, so that way we're going to pretty much bully you guys into going to our store and making us more money. So my whole thing against it is I don't care about all that other stuff. I just want to use one launcher on my PC. It wouldn't have mattered if it was Origin. If Origin was before Steam, I'd be saying the same thing. I just want to keep Origin instead of using Steam. But Steam is the one I've had the longest. It has majority of my games on its launcher already, my whole library of games. I have all my friends on Steam, and I would like to keep it that way. I have profiles on Steam, and I would like to keep everything there. Epic doesn't even allow for you to put reviews on games, and the developers are happy about that because if they put out a bad game that has bad business practices, you won't know because Epic is not going to put that up there. Steam allows this. So yeah, it's just shady business practices. And like I said, my whole point is I just want one launcher. I didn't like Origin when it first came out. I didn't like Uplay when it first came out. I just had to deal with it. Now the thing about those games, those launchers were at least they only had exclusivity to their first party titles. But Epic is getting it on third party titles. It's not even first party titles. So the whole thing that people are putting above people's head, they're like, well, Steam needs to compete. Steam needs to drop their cut from 30% down to 12% like Epic did, and then that'll actually help them out. Now, first of all, I don't understand how that's going to help out anybody. It's not going to help out us. It's not going to really help Steam out. It does nothing. What is it going to? What's it going to accomplish? Absolutely nothing. If it dropped to the same price of Epic, it does nothing. They're going to put both games on both sites. They could have done that now. They will actually make more money. They're probably coming up even or just up under even, putting it on the Epic Store because no one wants to support it. So yeah, they're getting more of a cut, but they're selling less games. You know how much Metro would have sold if it dropped on Steam and the Epic Store? It would have sold almost probably double or triple the amount if it would have been on the Steam Store. But since they want to be greedy and sign an exclusivity deal, you know, they got less. It's pretty much what they're going to do. They're going to pretty much do like the what's that game that came out for the Xbox One? I forget, where the guy could like slow down time and stuff. They're pretty much going to do that to themselves. They got this exclusivity deal with Microsoft back in the day, and it hurt them. They got hurt from Quantum Break, I think it was, and that's pretty much what these game titles are doing. They're trying to save money by signing these exclusivity deals, but it's just going to hurt them in the long run. So yeah, I don't understand why they want to do that, and I don't understand why people keep saying they need to drop down to 12% like Epic, because it absolutely does nothing. Now the funny part is a lot of these guys they're PC gamers, but they're really console fanboys and console gamers. Now the funny part is Sony and Microsoft themselves also get 30% of the cut from developers. It's not a problem when they're doing it. Now, how would you feel if Epic got exclusivity deals over those games that was supposed to come to PlayStation and things like, well, I guess you guys wouldn't care because you would just buy it on the PC. But for the console guys who are laughing at PC gamers talking about, haha, they're just as fanboy as us because they're Steam fanboys, how would you feel if your consoles that you only play on did not get those games first or at all because Epic bought the exclusivity deal to them because they're at 12%. The developers didn't want to pay 30% cut, so they were like, well, we're going to go to Epic. So at that point, you would have to buy yourself a gaming PC just to play that game. And I know a lot of y'all wouldn't like that because you guys are you stay true to your console. So yeah, I don't think y'all would do that. But anyway, like I said, it would literally help nobody. If they reduced it, it wouldn't help anyone at all. It's pointless. It's the most pointless idea that these guys are coming up with. And the reason they're coming up with it and the reason they're talking so much trash is these guys are not true PC gamers. Now this is going to make people mad, and made people mad on Twitter. I've seen people get super butthurt that I said this, and I don't care. You can unsubscribe from me if you're a subscriber. I barely upload anyway, so it's kind of pointless to even be subscribed. I barely upload to YouTube. It's an afterthought to me at this point. Pretty much I make a video when I feel like making a video. You can remove me from your friends list on Twitter. A lot of y'all I don't even really talk to anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I literally go on Twitter just to look at booty. So it's all good. You can unfollow me on Twitter, what have you. I don't care. It will not hurt me. I will not lose any sleep. I do not care. I just like to be honest. The truth hurts. So these guys are not real PC gamers. These guys are people who probably bought a PC back in 2010, 11, or up. And the reason they bought it is because they saw how great the graphics look or the performance was compared to consoles, and they decided to move up. But they're still console gamers at heart. And what I mean by that is these are the guys who supported anti-consumerism back in the past. That's the reason why they're in support of Epic doing this. These are the guys who paid for online to play their game online on the Xbox back in like 2001 and 2002. And they supported all the way up to the 360 and even the PS4. I remember I made a video. You could go check back where I made a video about the PS4 charging to play your game online, because at first PlayStation fanboys used to tease Xbox fanboys like, yo, we play our games free online. But all of a sudden when Sony started doing it and I made a video complaining about it, they were all like, well, I can understand why they're doing it. They became apologists. I can understand. It's going to make the servers better. So they just pretty much just took the whole penis in the butt, because that's what console gamers do. They take the penis in the butt. They're impatient. They can't wait. So they'll just pay for anything. These console gamers supported playing for online. They supported paying for map packs and DLCs, which started the whole loot boxes and DLCs that we have today, because they were impatient. They didn't care about the money. They were like, well, I want it because I'm tired of playing on this map. I'm going to pay for it. Back in Call of Duty 4 and all that stuff. So that's why we are here today with loot boxes. Now they're trying to complain about it, but at this point, you made your bed. You might as well sleep in it. They supported all these bad business practices that gaming that has been in the gaming generation in the last, I would say, 15 or 14 years. So why wouldn't they, support the Epic exclusivity? They don't care. They're impatient. They want to get the game. They're going to pay for the game no matter what it is. They don't have that same mindset that true PC veterans have. Like, we don't do that nonsense for true PC veterans. Like when Microsoft tried to charge us for Windows Live Online, what's happening? What was that recent thing that they tried to do? It was something recent that they were trying to force on us. We weren't supporting it. They were trying to make games only on Windows Store, and it was broken. We weren't supporting it. It was to the point where they finally allowed Steam to get it. That's how we work on the PC. We don't allow that nonsense. We are patient. We will fight for things to be fixed. So that's why we're not supporting the Epic Store. Like I said, I don't have all the same opinions as other people about the whole carts and the marketplace and the searching and all that stuff. I do have issues about the security. The security is, and that is an issue. I don't want any of my stuff, being hacked or being seen by whatever that Chinese company is that's actually helping the Epic Store, because they can steal your information. But I don't care about all that stuff. My whole issue is I want just one launcher. I don't even really like the Origin or Uplay launcher or the GOG launcher that I have to use for certain games. But I gave them a pass because, one, they're only first-party exclusives, even though I would still prefer them on just to be on one platform, which is Steam, because I had that for the longest. Plus, Origin brought about the whole refunding system, which was amazing. And Steam had to... That was something that Steam had to compete with. That was something that they really had to compete with. So they actually added a refunding system because of Origin. But no, I don't see them dropping it to 12% for their cut. It won't help. It doesn't do anything to help at all. All it's doing is just, making other companies see that they can rip people off and just get exclusivity deals. Look at Apple, $1 trillion company. They are starting a gaming division now. What if they wanted to get a AAA title for the Apple Store and say, well, you only can play this game on a Mac? They can do that because they have the money to do it. So how would you feel about that? How about Amazon with their streaming service? Because a lot of people weren't supporting that streaming service. What if Amazon said, okay, well, if you want to play this highly anticipated AAA title, you have to get it on the Amazon store? Now, I feel like these so-called PC gamers who are truly console gamers at heart, console fanboys at heart, would support that nonsense, but us PC gamers do not want that to even come about. We don't want that to happen. So that's why the Epic Store will not be supported by us. We will wait the 1 year for the games to come out, or the 6 months. And if it doesn't come to Steam, then we just will not buy it. It'll just be a game that we will not buy. Or if we do buy it, there are ways to do it without supporting Epic Store, and that is going to the CD key sites. Because they don't get any money off of that, and the developer won't either. So that's a place to go if you don't want to support that business practice, but you still want to play the game. Or, you can become Jack Sparrow. That's another way to play those games. So, yeah, that's the options you can take to not support Epic Store. So I hope the Epic Store burns and dies, because I don't like their business practices. If they come out with any games, I don't believe that any PC gamer should support their games. Right now, they have like the negative stigma Xbox had when they made their announcement in 2012 with the Xbox One. So I don't think any PC gamers are going to support any games they come out with, so they might as well keep trying to get exclusive deals. But anyway, this is your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic. Leave a comment down below. Unsubscribe if you're very angry. Leave a dislike. It does not hurt. Yeah, if you're mad at me and you don't want to be my friend anymore, it's cool, whatever. I just, gave the truth. Doesn't bother me at all. I have friends in real life. But this is your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, Michael Jordan Gaming. And I'm going to be gone. Bye.